Hey guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to go through the rules of 3-on-3 basketball. Today I'm going to go through the rules of 3v3 basketball. This sport has many similarities to the typical game of basketball, so if you don't know the rules to that first, I would definitely recommend checking out the video I've linked up in the iCard explaining the rules of basketball. There are very similar rules to both games and how they're played, but this is just a half-court version of the game. One key difference to this as well is there's two main leagues that oversee 3-on-3 basketball, and they actually have two different rules. One's played in North America, that's the big three, and then the FIBA is played internationally. So I'm going to go through the rule differences between the two along with the rules that they both share. So if you're interested in learning any of the rules for 3-on-3 basketballs, definitely stick around. But if you guys are interested in more sports administration videos just like this, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the bell so you're notified every time I upload, as I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And if there's any content you'd like to see from my channel, definitely let me know in the comments down below. So both versions of the game are played with 3 people on the court for each team, and they are played in a half-court setting. Both have teams of 4 with 3 people on that court at a time, and there are substitutions. Anytime there's a stoppage in play or a timeout, you are able to make a sub for that one person that is sitting on the sidelines for them to sub in. And both games are played on your traditional 10-foot hoop. They are played on slightly different court shapes and the size of the 3-point line. Now to start the game in FIBA, it starts with a coin toss. Whoever wins that coin toss starts with the ball. In the big three, whoever is the home team gets to start with the ball. And once play is going, FIBA has a 12-second shot clock and the big three has a 14-second shot clock. And it does follow your traditional rules of basketball. You cannot double dribble the ball. You can't travel with the ball. You do need to pass the ball to your teammates to get it around. You have to dribble to try to move around. Some of your basic rules of how to move the ball around the court are the same as traditional basketball. And to score points, you do need to shoot the ball into the hoop. The scoring on the two different versions of the game are different. However, in FIBA, shooting inside the arc does score you 1 point. Shooting outside the arc does score you 2 points. In the big three, it's more like your traditional basketball. Inside the arc scores you 2 points, and shooting outside the arc scores you 3 points. And there's even some 4-point circles on the court that you can score 4 points if you have 1 foot in those while shooting. And while you're on offense, your opposing team is trying to stop you from scoring. So they're trying to block shots, steal the ball away from you, try to block and intercept passes. They're doing anything they can to try to get the ball. For scoring for both games, FIBA is played in one 10-minute period, and it's first to 21 points wins, or the end of the time period. So if you score 21 points, the game is over. If the 21 points is not scored, the game just goes to the end of the 10-minute time period. If it is tied at the end of that time period, additional time will be added as an overtime. In the big three, there is no time limit for the game. It is just played to 50 points. And once somebody reaches 25 points, they call it halftime. That's when they take the halftime, and then they continue the game till somebody reaches 50 points. When a foul is committed, there may be free throws involved, and free throws are different in the two leagues, and how many fouls does depend a difference in the two different sets of free throws. So in FIBA, if there's between 1 and 6 fouls, you get 1 free throw, and that scores you 1 point if it goes in. If there's between 7 and 9 fouls, you get 2 free throws. And if there's 10 or more fouls, you do get 2 free throws, and you gain possession of the ball. For the big three, after 5 team fouls have been committed, you get 1 2-point free throw shot, and you gain possession of the ball. This is also the same if there's a technical foul committed, and if there's multiple technical fouls committed, you get 2 2-point free throws and possession of the ball. And violations and fouls are typical basketball fouls, so anytime you may run into somebody traveling, some of those fouls and violations do run the same as traditional basketball. And if you're interested in learning more, definitely check out that basketball rules video. And because this game is played on a half court, there's no way to just run up and down to the other side of the net. You're all shooting on the same net. So if you do gain possession of the ball, you do have to clear the ball, and clearing is slightly different for the two different leagues. For FIBA, clearing does need to happen on any air balls, any steals, any rebounds. You have to clear the ball. For the big three, you only have to clear the ball on defensive rebounds. You do not have to clear the ball if there is an air ball or if you steal the ball. And then one rule that FIBA has that the big three does not is the game is start with a check. So this means if you have the ball as an offensive player, you have to pass it to the defensive player in front of you, and then they have to pass it back to you to initiate play. So those are the different rules of 3v3 basketball. If you have any questions, let me know in the description down below. I know it's a little confusing where there's two different sets of rules. The FIBA rules are the ones used internationally, so those are the ones used in the Olympics if you watched any of the Olympic play. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.